See if anybody's watching. Hello, hello. See if I can get this camera. How's everybody doing? I went through trends. That's you. All right, real quick, I'm gonna run through trends. If you guys haven't noticed yet, on your closed sales for InfoSparks, you can here. You can go back. I believe it's the max. 10 years, 5 years. We're looking at 5 years right now, but if you get that 5-year trend, you see the drop every fourth quarter. So 2020 or 2020 was a lot longer of a drop versus a quick drop, and here we're climbing for 2021. Hey, person. On InfoSpark is what we're playing with right now. I was looking at the trends this morning, and if you go back to max sales, this is going all the way back now. That was the hyper crash, right? From 10,000, almost 10,000 homes sold down to less than 4,000. But then we hit our climb, and then we kind of peaked again, 2011. And here we are, kind of hitting the peak, starting to drop. So if you look at a 5-year trend, we peak summertime, and then we slow down fourth quarter for sales. Again, sales go up, and then 2020 was a little bit longer, so it was a drop. But now we're up here. May, June, and July should probably remain consistent, and then probably slow down in sales. So, and it's always that same trend because we start pricing, and then now we're overpriced, and then it slows down fourth quarter. So, I always advise my clients if you want to buy something and get a reasonable price, it's going to be fourth quarter. So, just from the trends that I'm used to seeing. But if you ever want to look at it, this is it. Going 10 years back. 2011 was probably the closest in sales. And if you remember 2011, everything was on fire. You couldn't keep whatever you were listing on the market. Somebody would come in cash and just investment buys. And that's when everybody bought 80 to 120,000 that are now, for these record prices right now. If you're listing them, you'll see them like, oh, you bought this for 150,000? Like, yeah. And you're listing it for 376,000. That's when they bought back then. That was the last big push to buy. I think we're kind of hitting that trend right now where it's slowing down a bit. What I don't understand is the lotteries with the new builders. Those guys are either they're just short on permits or they're not building as fast as they should be. But they're just, making their product more valuable by making it an auction. I don't ever see it that way. So, all right. So today I wanted to go over just kind of a market update where I see it trending at the peak here. Anybody want to argue it with me? That's fine. I mean, I'm just looking at historical, but I see sales slowing down after school goes back in session. August 9th, I think. School's back in session. August. Yeah, InfoSpark. Super awesome stuff. I don't see it crashing, but I see the sales slowing down. Just put that on record. All right. So today I wanted to listings and virtual tours, links, and what's the proper places to put them so that they get out to, they get maximum exposure for you guys. All right, so first you just need to go to a listing. And I'll bring it up. It's down at the bottom. Photos, lock, create virtual tour. That's kind of where we're going. So when you upload, they will automatically create a virtual for you and a link that's shared throughout all of the websites that we project to. So what you want to do is go in. If your photographer or videographer is not making a video tour for you, this is what you already pay for with Galvar. So if you just buy pictures,
automate your advertising to drive more traffic to your listings and brand.
So you want to make sure you're branded. So you want to go to your settings and make sure your logo's in there, your phone number's correct, so that when somebody gets to this virtual tour, they're messaging you and not somebody else. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. And that's up here in, okay. There it is. There's my email, website. I don't have a biography. But you can play around with it. You can add your testimonials from Yelp or Zillow or whatever you guys use. Just make sure your phone's in there and which number they're reaching out to. Me, I have my office. I used to do my cell phone when I was doing more sales. Make sure you got a picture. Make sure you got a logo so you're compliant. And let's get back. Okay, so here's where you can edit your photos and add effects. So this is what it looks like right now. And this is my branded tour. So they're going to give you a branded and an unbranded, because the unbranded you can share, or they're automatically shared.
It's pretty neat. I mean, like, you can do
Yeah, they automatically do it for you. So I just want to make sure you know where to find the links at and how to share them. And I'll show you in a minute. But basically, it's just piecing your pictures together for you. So you do have a virtual tour. So if you want to tell your clients we do virtual tours for you, and here it is. And you can put this link out. So you can pick the music, look and feel. You can change how you want it.
So we can send them a link of the virtual tour?
Yeah. You can make virtual flyers to email to clients. Just click that one. And then you just send the links. I'm key on just sending links to my clients. Like, hey, can you run comps on my property? I'm just sending them links. It's less paper.
It's a lot easier than going to the actual house and recording the video.
Yeah. And the branded one is really cool because you can, it has these tab bars. So if somebody's watching it, while they're waiting to sell, they can, keep these tools in their pages. You can mess with the effects. So if you wanted it to be, I don't know. If you don't want it to zoom, I think you can mess with that. But you can create it to make it how you want. Pick your music. There's a ton of different types of music. Or you can do your own JPEG. So if you wanted to describe the property and with your own music. It's how intense you want to be with it, but you have the options here, and it's a free, basically, app. It's not free, but you pay for it through Galvar. So, all right, anything on editing? I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory. You make it how you want it to look. Here's your flyer. And I'll show you where these are at in your links. So if you have, there's a couple things in here too that are also included. There's a text message phone number. You can put that right on your, either in your flyers, your flyer boxes on your signs, or just directly onto your sign, and where it will text them back this flyer with your information and kind of get their information also. All right, so that's the flyer. And then your linking page. This is the one you want to copy and paste. So what Property Panorama does for Galvar is once you upload your pictures, it will automatically create you an unbranded tour. So when you go to your listing, that's what this is right here. So if you're in your listing looking, it's just gonna show one, which is your unbranded tour. Say no Cornell Realty, just the information, MLS numbers, and then it'll run through the pictures that you pick. So that's gonna be an automatic every time you upload a photo. What you want to go in and do, because if you're sending this to people, is upload a branded one, which gives them the contact me button so that they can reach out to you directly. It's sign calls, internet calls. You get their email address, and now they're in your database, and now you can send them links to your own listings. Let's go back. Now, where do you do all this, right? Well, on your input, when you're going in to input all your data, it's under listing info, the very bottom down here. So they give you three link options. That first one's going to be your unbranded, even though it's not labeled. If you scroll over this, This photo link has hyperlink for virtual tour specific properties. Oh, it says branded and unbranded. It gives you the fine, the $500 fine if you put like a branded into here versus an unbranded. So your branded one, which is contact me and all that, needs to go in there. So that's the one that I use for my YouTube links, my YouTube video links. I'll put that in the branded virtual tour so I don't get in trouble. And the type of,
Wow, look at this.
sorry. Okay, so like if I did a video work on this one, and it's got sound, we had some drone work done and whatnot. So we just take this. And then click the share button and copy this link. Right. So we'll take that link, drop it into the branded or virtual tour link 2. Virtual tour link 1 is your unbranded. Now you have a YouTube video that's spread throughout Galvar and wherever it goes. Look how full this. Look how full the lake is getting.
Oh, wow.
Look at it. It's like, oh my goodness.
That's actually pretty creative.
That's what happened last week, and we were like, for you guys watching at home, the lake across the street from the office is like filling up with water right now.
Like that before.
And there's like tons of stuff floating around out there. That means that channel is just flowing right now.
Yeah.
Anyways, that's, excuse my ADD squirrel. Okay, so I went back to the virtual tour links. This is where you can just copy and paste these links. It's going to take you to that page no matter where you're at, and you can click on it. Now you can set up and syndicate so it automatically shares to your Twitter account, Facebook account. I don't know what that is, messaging or something. Do you know what that is? Messenger?
Yeah, Facebook Messenger.
This is probably LinkedIn. I don't know. I use Twitter, Facebook, the LinkedIn.
Pinterest. Nice.
Yeah, and so if you have those accounts, you can essentially, it will just automatically syndicate. So every time you put a listing in, once you turn syndication on, it will blast it to your Twitter followers, your Facebook followers, and LinkedIn followers. So every time a listing goes in for me, LinkedIn gets hit, Twitter gets hit. I don't think Facebook or my business Facebook page gets hit because that's what's linked, and then it tweets it out, just this link, so that people can see the virtual tour and what's listed. Virtual flyer embeds. I haven't done it, but you can just embed it into a website. So once you open your website page, then that flyer will start playing. That's what that one's for. And then here's your flyer. That one that I showed you, you just copy as a link. Let's do download. There you go. Got flyers with pictures, got my information on it. I got a QR code. I can throw that into the sign box. Didn't cost me anything because it's already populated for me once I set up my account. So don't forget about the virtual tour links. There's one more thing I wanted to show you in here.
National Flood Warning.
Yeah. I almost want to go out and watch that thing's filling up. Like watch everything come down the channel right now. It's like Whitewater Rapids probably over there. All right, so on photos, where did that one do? Photo visibility right here. So there's a couple that like if you see what I did here, you can take them off of everything that you're making on your flyer or your virtual tour, or you can just do the virtual tour or the virtual flyer. Like I didn't want to show the blank backyard, so it's most of the steps of the dirt backyard. Let me see if I did. These ones I did. I removed those from the virtual tour. That one I removed from the virtual tour because I wanted them concentrating on the property because we're trying to generate showings.
Property itself.
Yeah. That's the one thing that's killing this property is it's got no backyard. Okay, so that was that. What else is there? So hits and leads. So this is how many times this virtual tour's been hit. So it's just good statistics to show your clients are like, well, you know, nothing's happening on this property. There's a couple areas in the MLS we can show how many times it's been hit, how many times it's been sent to people, how many times people have returned. But this one will show how many times your virtual tour has been hit. So that means it went to either it was on Zillow and then they click the virtual tour to see what it looks like. Just for stats for you guys. And running the agent campaigns. And I think you guys can get everybody's tours too. So if you click My Office Tours, it'll populate. It's got 4 pages of everybody that's listed in this office. So if you wanted to say, hey, if you wanted to market, you know, yourself and brand yourself with Corner Realty, you could take these and say, hey, check out our homes and our virtual tours.
These all active listings?
Yes. Yeah. So let's say Costa Blanca, I don't know who listed it, but Penny's in there. Let's see if we can share them all. So if you grab that link, right, there's all of our office virtual tours. Yeah. So you can use that to create more clients for yourself, especially some nice ones. They're all going to be branded to the agent. And I'm sure a lot of agents don't know this. It's automatic. Once you put pictures in, this tour is created. So, like Amanda, if you're watching, you needed a picture. And a logo would be nice. That's under Office Tours, My Office. All right, let's see if there's any. There are other options to, I don't know if when you take a listing, you'll probably get an email from Property Panorama asking if you wanted to boost your tours and where they send and share your tours out. You can do that for extra money. Yeah, the whole thing's full out there. It's still flowing. It's crazy. And it's not even raining outside. Okay, so I wanted to go over if you're doing virtual tours for YouTube. So these are linked into YouTube. I think I can even just type in the address. Where is it? It might be. So see if you drop, he did the same thing as Property Panorama, which I haven't done. I'm pretty bad, but if you take your address, and this was the house previously when it was built by D.R. Horton, and you drop the Property Panorama tour, which is what, which is what this D.R. Horton agent did, but then put the price in and the lot number, you will forever be on YouTube with that address. Crazy, right? Yeah. So if you want to be forever embedded on YouTube and you list a property, take that video, drop it in there, and title it the address. So if anybody ever researches that address, because YouTube is the #2 most searched, or it's the #2 search on Google. So Google will pop up whatever's first, whatever's primary, the address on the map or whatever, and then YouTube will generally pop up secondary.
Unfortunately, that guy is only what says 3 views and 6 views.
Yeah. Well, there's nobody in there typing in the address for it, so. And then once you realize it was a builder ad, you're probably not going to look at it, right? What else? Okay, so if you don't have a YouTube channel, I say create a YouTube channel. This is where I'm doing these lives every Monday, so they're stored in there. And then also I'm dropping my virtual tours for me. Now, because this is Info Corner, this is where I share them from. See, like this one had 240 views on it. Yeah, and this is the one where you can just take it, copy it, or you can like share directly onto all of these right from YouTube. Oops, I don't do that. I don't know what those are. I don't know what all these websites are. You guys might. Like, I don't know Russian. I think that's a Russian.
Yeah, not familiar with those.
Yeah. But if you're, sharing these things virtually, you just take these links and you got to upload them. So to create, you got to have a YouTube studio, upload video, and you drop and click. It takes a little while, but once you get it from your photographer, just upload it in there, title it the address, and then you can just share from there. And now you've got unlimited advertisements from a link that doesn't cost you anything. YouTube's free. I don't pay a dime for YouTube. They actually want you putting videos in there. And you can track your views or whoever you're sharing with. All right, so we drag that back over that one. And then, if you want to revisit everything, here's all the videos you can watch on it. How to do your agent profile, how to boost your digital advertising, creating tours. Most of it's self-explanatory in my opinion, but sometimes you need refreshers, so all the videos are in there. Audio, how to put more audio in. You'll probably learn it and know more about this than I do, because I'm just showing you the basics. And then these guys will respond if you have a question while you're building your tour right away. That's what we pay through Galvar for these services. All right. I think there was also general questions, billing. I think we have a pretty good program that they've given us to use, where you basically seamlessly have to do nothing but upload your pictures or your video.
Yeah. I would agree.
What's that?
I would agree.
Yeah. So if there's any questions on it, I use these a lot, these icons at the top, just because it's easier. That one's if you have scissor lids, that one's your tax assessor's page, recorder's office, and then Nye County Identities Office. But these tours are awesome. Let me see if I can show you guys the other. So, and also on your dashboard, you have this one here, my hit counters, to tell you how many portals were visited, client views, how many clients are interested. And you can actually, this is the reverse prospect. If you're getting emails from agents that said, hey, your client liked my listing and you're listed as their agent, this is why. Because you can just basically copy and paste and email everybody who had this in one of their search engines and ask them if they're interested in showing your property. That's the reverse prospecting.
So those are a list of people that looked at the property or showed interest?
So this is agent views or agent auto emails. I think it's auto emails. So if they have a portal set up, this is a lot of agents don't know, but so this number will associate them with that client. So that is their auto email. And these are the agents that are sending them out. These are the agents that are sending them out, and that they have a client that's in an auto email.
What's the check mark? There's one of those check mark next to it.
Where do you see that?
Right there.
I think that's the one. I don't know. That might be one that somebody liked. Or, yeah. So if that's what that is. Because there's two. So client possibilities or client favorites. It's going to be that one. I don't use it to my advantage as often, but if you're looking for agents to respond, that's probably the place to go. All right, any questions about creating links and updating? Let's see if we have any questions here. Type them in if you have any questions on links or virtual tour links and how to use them. I think that's about it. That link is completely full now. It's crazy. All right, that's all I have today. Virtual tours. If you guys have any questions, I'll share with you what I know about them. But that's all I use is links. And most of your clients know how to click them. I read somewhere that most clients aren't even using emails anymore. They're a lot of text message based nowadays. So that makes it a lot easier to drop a link in of comps, a link in of property information, and especially to get a video when you click it. If you drop that link in and they're just on their phone, they're going to click that and watch a video on your property. So virtual tours, good stuff. All right, adios, everybody. Have a good week, and talk to you when I talk to you.